All right, let's move to the family here. Dads playing a little bit more with sons, but they're more open about their emotions with their daughters. This is according to a new parenting study. Here to talk about it, Maria Luce, CEO and founder of The Empowered Mom. Maria, thank you so much for joining me on Trending Today USA.
You know, I love being with you, and you know that CEO is for Chief Empowerment Officer, right?
Yes, empowerment.
Empowerment. I love being with you, and it's good talking to you. So this is a really interesting study that has just come out.
It doesn't surprise me, though. I mean, dads, they handshake and then they handshake their sons and they hug their daughters. That always seemed kind of strange to me. My dad always hugged me.
That's funny that you say that because now when you think about your mother and your father, didn't you have different responses and a different relationship with each of them?
Yeah, I did. I definitely did. But my dad's always been emotional with me as well as my mom was.
And see that's another key point that we'll get to. So this is based on research, just to fill everyone in. This is based on research that was just released in a new study published in the June 2017 issue of Behavioral Neuroscience.
Mm-hmm.
But this study was a little bit different, excuse me, because unlike other studies, this looked at brain responses to each your daughter or your son, and the kind of conscious and subconscious cues and how you related to them.
Okay. And so dads look at their sons and daughters in different ways.
They look at them in different ways. So, for example, what they did on this one is they had them use wearable computers, and it would record, random audio interactions. And then they also did a MRI brain scans with the fathers looking at pictures of their sons and daughters. Again, excuse me. One of the things that they found was that, fathers of boys related to boys more physically, more rough and tumble.
Sure.
Okay. But fathers with daughters, they were more engaged with them. They sang to them more. They wanted to see if they were happier, or they wanted to see them happier versus being happy if their sons had a neutral emotional face, which is really interesting. It's not saying that they didn't want their sons to be unhappy, but when they were more open to expression of emotion in their daughters than to their son.
Do you think this has to do with just society expects the male to just not show any emotion at all, or just overcome, whereas there's still this consideration that women are just more emotional?
I absolutely do. I do believe that. And again, we go back to what I had referenced is that some of this can also have to do subconsciously with dealing how they were treated and related to their own fathers, because think about the difference in the generations. Now, as parents, we are evolving, and there's more parents that are really cueing in, and fathers cueing in into the emotional needs of both of sexes of their children. So here's a big point of distinction that I think is important that we make in this.
Okay, I only have about 30 seconds.
Well, what this takes into control is the brain reaction, not necessarily the parenting on a day-to-day basis.
So it's not just our imagination. We really do have different relationships with different gender kids.
We really do, and it can have a lasting impact.
Yeah.
So it's just important that you take that into account each day when you're dealing with it. Be more aware and see if you're treating them differently, because it can have a lasting impact.
Maria Luce, CEO and founder of The Empowered Mom. We'll have to go into this a little bit more next time we have some more time.
Let's
Thank you.
do it.